Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are kind of doing the part 2 of this solid copper series. Today we are taking the 6.5 Creedmoor out with the 127 grain LRX. Last time we were out at the range, we were shooting the 130 grain TTSX out of the 270 Winchester. So we got good accuracy then. So I'm really hopeful that this 127 LRX is going to shoot well out of this 6.5 Creedmoor. The Creedmoor that we have is a Tikka T3X Lite. It typically shoots sub MOA, so hopes are really high that we're going to get good accuracy, as well as hopefully some decent velocities. It's only a 127 grain bullet, so realistically we should be able to get decent velocities with it. Let's just take a look here at this 127 grain LRX. To compare it, we have the 130 grain TTSX, which is a decently long bullet. But when we hold those two together, that LRX is quite a bit longer than that TTSX. They're a super long, sleek bullet. They look awesome, especially when you get them loaded up in that 6.5 Creedmoor. It looks good. So hopefully we can get it to group today out at the range. We'll see, but hopes are high. For today's groups in that 6.5 Creedmoor, we're going to be using H4350. It's a good powder for the 6.5 Creedmoor. It'll burn completely. It should give us decent velocities. If we struggle with this, we may switch to something like N150 or a different Vitavori powder, but I have high hopes. This H4350 has done well in the past for groups. So we'll get to the range today. We'll take a look and see what we can do.
27 LRX. ES is good, but shot 3. .65 Creedmoor. Not great groups, but oh well. 127 LRX. 2705. Pressure's fine. We're still half MOA. 2715, so 10 feet per second spread. Shot 3. And 2707. Touched the first.
Well, we're back from the range. I haven't measured the groups quite yet, but you know, it looks like it did 2 groups that were sub MOA, which can't really ask any more than that. The one drawback that I have is the velocity from this H4350. The case was decently full. I think GRT said we were 95% plus. So I don't know how much more powder we're going to be able to get into that case and stay under pressure. So the only disappointment I have before measuring groups is that velocity was lacking. But then again, it's a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's not going to win any races. However, I would like to see something that makes this huntable. And from what I saw today just on film, it's not going to be able to do it. So that there's from one of my buddies in the 270. So ignore that hole. We're looking at these 3 down here. This 127 LRX with H4350. We had an ES of 6 with an average velocity of 2634. So that's good ES. That's phenomenal. Decent velocity. I mean, like I said, we're probably going to want to switch powders and find something a little faster burning so we can push that LRX a little faster. But 0.833 inches, we're sub MOA, good ES, velocity. Realistically, you're not going to want to hunt with it, but it's still a good group. I mean, it's doable. We had 2 touching and then this one off to the side here. So we'll probably revisit this and see if we can't get a better group out of it. But realistically, I'm thinking we may need a different powder. Here we have one of the groups from H4350 in that Barnes127 LRX. Now, the ES is 29, average velocity is 2688. So this Creedmoor, it's super slow down with that bullet. We should be getting better velocities. I think we'll have to switch powders. But 1.4, almost inch and a half. That's not what we're wanting, especially when we know at a different charge weight we're shooting bug holes. So probably won't come back to this load. We may end up switching powder just to help that velocity. So here's that last group out of the LRX, and you know what? That Creedmoor, it's still not making velocity, which, for a Creedmoor, that's to be expected. We're not expecting a barrel burner out of it. But we have really good ES. Group size is still sub MOA. It's significantly faster than that previous load. We're right around 80 feet per second better than this load over here. But realistically, group size, we didn't grow a whole lot. So, the trade-off of an ES that's 4 more and an average velocity that's almost 80 more for essentially the same group, we'll take that. So, is it going to be a hunting load? Probably not. That velocity there is too slow to get any great expansion. But the 127 LRX, I've been impressed so far. But let's see if we can't try this again, try a few different loads, maybe switch up powder, get a little bit more velocity behind it, and see if we can't get something sub half MOA. It's doable. This rifle's done it before. I mean, look at that. Look at this group here. I mean, there's definitely capabilities of the rifle. So we'll see if we can't get these LRXs to shoot a little bit better. Overall, with this 6.5 Creedmoor, I am very pleased with how it performed today outside of the velocity. With these LRX bullets, where they are a solid copper bullet, we're going to need a little bit more velocity out of them just so that they will give us reliable expansion out at range. So we may end up having to try a different charge weight with this H4350, or we're going to have to just completely scrap it and try a different powder. Um, Overall, though, the ESs were really good. I mean, we had 2 ESs that were right around 10 and 6. Velocities, like I said, they were slow. But group size, we're right around 0.8 inches for both groups. So realistically, it is sub MOA. It is going to be, I think, a good bullet for this gun. It's just going to be a matter of, can we find a different powder or something that is going to not only give us better velocities, but that can replicate minimally the results from this H4350. So thanks for watching, guys. Come back next time and hopefully we can get some more range results for you.